Hey everyone, it's Lori. How you doing today? So I had someone ask, how do you cleanse an item, or should I cleanse an item? Yes. Yes, you should cleanse an item, especially if you're finding items at like flea markets or antique stores. You have no idea what type of energy has attached to that. So say you found this jar. I mean, even brand new things, you should be cleansing them, because most of the time they're sitting in a warehouse collecting, energy from whatever, and you don't know what's been absorbed, and you want to start with a clean slate with any of your things that you buy. But so say you bought this at an antique store, you would want to cleanse this. And you can do so several ways. You can cleanse, as I said, with Palo Santo. You would light this and you would go all around it, take the cork off, get the smoke right inside there too, and ask the spirit of Palo Santo to cleanse this item of all negative energy so that I may use it for my highest good. Thank you, Palo Santo, for your blessing. It's that simple. And you just want to make sure you're going all around the item with your smoke. You can do the same thing with an incense. It's the same thing. So this happens to be cedar that I'm burning. But the same thing. With this smoke, I cleanse this item of all negative energy so that I may use it for my highest good. Thank you, plant spirit cedar, for giving me your blessing today. It's really that simple. You can also cleanse items with moon water. Just if they come with corks, make sure you're not getting the cork wet. Otherwise you risk getting mold. But it's the same thing. You would take this and you would splash the moon water on it. Rainwater, ocean water, those are all very powerful cleansing tools. Rose water, you can spritz it. If you don't like burning smoke, or you can't because maybe you have asthma or allergies, you can make a sage essential oil misting spray. Same thing, you would spritz it and you would say the same thing. With this sage, with this moon water, with this rose water, I ask that you cleanse all negative energy so that I may use this item for my highest good. Thank you for your blessing. Bam, you're done, and you spray all around it. And just remember, if you are using something wet, that you want to let it dry before you start putting whatever it is you're putting in here, especially if you're putting in dried flowers, because you don't want to get mold and stuff happening. Oh, I put the cork on way too hard and now it's stuck in there. That's a problem. You can also get a little cauldron like this. I don't actually have one out here, but those little charcoal discs or whatever, something to help keep the dried flowers, herbs, lit. So when you're using the discs, make sure that you're buying ones that are environmentally sustainable. There are some ones out there that are pretty terrible, so just make sure that you're getting ones that are sourced properly. Usually you'll find they have a little logo or some type of acknowledgement that they're following certain guidelines. But you can use herbs. You would put the disc in, light the disc, put the herbs on top of the disc, and same thing. Once it starts smoking, you run your object through the smoke. Salt. You can get a little box like this, or you can get a bowl, whatever it is you want. You pour the salt in there, you put the item in there, and you let it sit. Same thing. I'm asking you to cleanse this item of all negative energy. same. It's the same process. You're just using different tools. Dirt, sand, same thing. Put it in here, put your item, and when you're doing stuff like that, it does take a little bit longer, I find anyways, in the research that I've done and over the years of practicing, that if you're using sand, dirt, or salt, you would want to keep it in there at least 24 to 48 hours. So that's a longer process where the smoke is kind of immediate. I think that's it. Oh, I guess I should tell you, if you are using salt, be careful with the items that you're putting in the salt as a means of cleansing. Same with your water. If you're cleansing and charging crystals, make sure they're crystals that aren't going to get destroyed by placing them in salt or water. Do not put metal in salt. That can cause erosion, rusting. It can destroy, if you're putting jewelry in there. So make sure that you are aware of what you're mixing, because there are like sciencey things can happen and can destroy the items that you're trying to cleanse, either with the salt or the water. So make sure you're being careful with your items as far as that goes. That's why I do prefer the smoke method, because it's pretty much a safe bet. You can run anything through smoke and it's not going to hurt, unless of course you're catching it on fire. Then you'll be in trouble. So no catching things on fire. Be a smart witch. So that's all I got for you today. If you have any questions, of course, please post in the comments below. Make sure you're checking out our Facebook group, and make sure you're checking us out on Patreon. We do have a beautiful online coven, and that community is growing, and I'm so excited. We have a coven blessing. We have a coven oath. It's just a wonderful place to go that is private, secure, and just a group of wonderful people. So be sure to check us out on Patreon and check us out on YouTube. Of course, that's probably where you're viewing this video, but be sure to subscribe to our channel and click that little bell so that you get notifications when I upload new content. And as always, I thank you for your support, and until next time, remember, live, love, and magic.